Hello everyone out there in YouTube land. Today I'm going to try my hand at making a sort of an animal head. And I'm not a pro at this. I've only tried this once before, and so this is not a professional course on animal head making. So my neighbor, she wants a clothes hanging rod, or basically this is what she had. This cheap clothes hanging rod, and the head here just had like a piece of plastic that's in a V, and you just basically, you have your clothes hangers, and then you can just get that in between and then raise it up to hang, because the rod is really high in her place. So basically, I was in what you would maybe call the dollar store here, and I saw these. They're like $2 for a new one, but she said she's purchased a few and they've broken. So in this kind of a disposable world we live in, I don't like things like this. And if we're blacksmiths, why not make something that will last a little bit longer? So yeah, so basically I have set this aside. I have this old curtain rod here. I know the camera is really close in because I want to draw here what I want to do. And so I think this is about the same length as that rod, and it's really lightweight, so that'd be easy for her to use. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this piece. I have this piece of 1/2 inch round. You see that there? And what I'm going to do is I've noticed that it fits really well within this. So I'll leave it this longer length while I'm forging what I want, but I'll probably cut it in half to make it lighter at the top at the end. So what I'll do is I'm going to form an animal head on one end, and then I'll, once that's done, I'll cut it off and I'll drill 2 holes, and then I'll rivet it into this rod right here. So let me set that aside, and then let me draw here and show you basically what my idea is. So, I've got this, 1/2 inch rod like this, and it's not a lot of material. So what I'll do is I'll upset that. First, I'll upset that a little bit on one end, like such. And then the next step from there is I'll probably, what I'll do is I'll offset like this. And basically that's kind of, this offset maybe will make the line between where the head and the snout would be. In my mind, I'm thinking that I want to make a dragon head. And like I said, the one time I did this before, it looked more like a duck. So we'll call it, I don't know, it's a duck dragon, I guess. So, at that point, I make an offset. And then after I make the offset, what I'll try to do is, or what I'll do is I'll cut along where it will be the mouth. And, I might just hacksaw that. Just depends. I'll see how it goes. So once that's cut, then what I'll do is, I'm going to put in some detail, put in detail for an eye. I'll use a punch to make an eye here, and then maybe similar to make a snout right here. And then what I might also do is I might cut this like such, make a cut coming in like this with a chisel like that to lift some material for like an ear right here. I don't know how visible that is. And then the next step, because this, obviously I have to hold the clothes hanger in between like that, so I'm thinking the mouth can do that. So what I'll do then, once that detail is done, then I'll open the mouth, like such. And please excuse my drawing here, I know it's not the best, and then have the mouth open. This will be like such, I hope. And then what I might do at that point is maybe I might cut a tooth or two at the end here, or maybe I'll just make some file marks here to make it look like teeth. We've got the eye here, and then maybe the final step, what I'll do is I might put some sort of a twist or something to make it look like maybe kind of scales on the back end here. So this will be the dragon clothes hanger head. So and then what I wanted to point out is that when you work on a blacksmithing project, when you're, once you've learned basic techniques, something that's very important is you have to follow a logical step, or you have to follow logical steps for your project. So you have to think it out very carefully. What can I do you know, once you pass a certain point, you can't go back and do something you should have done earlier. Like, for example, upsetting the stock. You know, once I get to this point, I can't go back. And then, you know, when I want to put in the detail, like, for example, for the snout here, I should maybe do that when the mouth is closed. So the material is together and I can clamp it together. And then work on opening the jaws. So, but like I said, I don't make animal heads. I'm not claiming to be, you know, to have any skills at this. I'm just going to have some fun, give it a go, and see if I can't make this, you know, for my neighbor. And then, you know, like I said, the very back end, I'll cut that off, and I'll drill 2 holes, and then rivet it into that rod, like such, and so she can use that to hang up her clothes. So, yep, let's see how it goes. I decided to start working on the what I call the snout, but the nostrils, you know, before I actually cut for the mouth. Again, you know, you have to think in logical steps. What should precede what? You know, always think when your iron's in the fire. So yeah, it doesn't look like much right now. It's got a little bit of some cuts from the being in the vise here, but that actually looks pretty cool, and it's kind of bent it like that, which is also pretty nice. So what I think I might do now is do the treatment, you know, be around the neck here, that kind of whatever kind of design or twist I decide, and then I'll cut for the mouth and open that up and then work on that. So yeah, but I might just hit the eyes and nostrils one more time, get them a little bit deeper maybe. This bit of comes to a finer point to maybe to sink those eyes a little bit deeper, and I'll probably do the same for the nostrils. Kind of makes it look like he's got pupils a little bit. You can see that. Coming together. Duck dragon coming together. A little better. Nostrils there. Well, as usual, my left arm is in the way. Sorry about this. It seems I never learn. I need to change the camera position when my left arm is over the anvil face, so hopefully one of these days I'll figure it out. I'll just kind of give him that kind of an X pattern around it, and make it, like I said, look like scales. It'll probably be enough for that. Get to the other side and around these ends. What the heck? Well, it's got kind of an X pattern on the top here. Kind of some crosses on the side. Nothing on the belly area. Yeah, we'll see. Coming along. Eyes are a little bit skewed, but yeah, it's an animal. He's been in battle, so get on with him. Here I'm splitting for the mouth. Gotta be quick. how I'm cutting for his mouth now here, and that's going to be cut straight through. I might, like I said, just cool that and then hacksaw it through that. But yeah, maybe I'll just continue to cut. And then I'll just, right now I'll probably use this little cape chisel to put like some, would look like maybe teeth in there, just some cross cuts like that. So, like I said, I honestly, when I'm working on projects like this for YouTube, the majority of them are just things I just, just swirling in my head and that I just find will be fun. The stuff I do on a daily basis is sometimes, not always, but sometimes boring to me. So for these YouTube videos, I like to occasionally work on things that, are just, dancing around in my head, and I just want to give it a go. I just realized my arm is probably obscuring this. Get out of the way. This guy's some choppers. It's kind of wacky looking. Yeah, I just realized that probably my arm was probably blocking a lot of that. I've got to move over like to that angle more. Okay. It's got a few choppers. Kind of. I think I'm going to try to just cut that straight through. I'll just use maybe like this backing up block so, you don't want to cut through on your anvil. I'll just cut on top of that and see if I can't cut that straight through, and then maybe give him some other, maybe better looking teeth than that. We'll see. Starting to cut through. You'll see that. But I'm also, as I said before, you have to think about each operation, how it affects, how the next operation affects what happened just before. And I'm starting to flatten by trying to cut this through. I'm making the snout area way too thick. I should have taken into consideration, and it's making him, from head on here right now, he looks more like a snapping turtle than anything else. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hacksaw out the rest of the jaw right now, open that up, and then kind of gauge and see how it looks and see what else I can do as far as hot work on that. So yeah, let me get to hacksawing that and opening up the mouth, and we'll see what happens. That should do it. I'll open up the mouth and then we'll see. I decided to cut in some ears before I open the mouth. There we go. Pull that up a little bit. Where are we? Kind of raise some ears there a little bit. Give them a little bit of extra detail. Look at that. Snapping turtle, duck dragon coming along. Well, let me open up the mouth so it'll be functional for what I want it to be, and then see if there's any other detail I can put on this, maybe even some cold work. mouth wide open. Teeth of fury. Look at that. Yeah, so I'll cool them off, and then I'm going to see, like I said, if I can do maybe some filing work or something else to clean them up a bit, and then you know, see how it'll work for this woman's purse. I'm sure it'll work fine, because you can see now how that is with a V. Yeah, it does look a little bit like a dragon. Look at that. Look out, Lord of the Rings. Here it comes. Yeah, I'll let me cool this off, and then we'll see what happens from there. Well, here he is. Snapping turtle duck dragon head. Yeah, it came out okay. Like I said, it'll serve its purpose. I don't know if you can see now because the lighting is kind of strange, but I just filed a little bit behind his ears here. And, you know, this head, the skull area, is probably a little bit too short now, but yeah, I feel it's okay. It looks pretty good. You know, it's pretty similar to what my thinking was in the drawing. And then what I might do is I might just give him some, use a brass brush to give him a little bit of highlights. In fact, let me just try right now to rub a little bit. Yeah, it's better when it's warm, but yeah, this is working pretty good. Show you. You know, just by, you know, just taking this brass brush and just hitting them a few times, it kind of gives them a few little bit of golden highlights and gives it some good rust protection, but typically that's always better to do when it's a little bit warm. Yeah, you can see it a little bit better at that angle. Yeah. Yeah, so looking good, and then the, you know, this is basically how it's going to work, is here's the bar, and then I've already cut it off and drill the holes. And then what I'll do is you know, I'll drill holes in this rod and then rivet it in. But as it is now, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good pressure fit. And so then you can see basically the basic premise is, you know, you've got your hanger here with your clothes, and put them on there, and you know, you can hang it up on the rod that's out of reach. And snapping turtle duck dragon saves the day for your laundry. Yeah, thanks a lot for watching. Appreciate it.